Okay, well, Just, I want to know what you're up to these days.
Um, Being a dad, you see it in my episode.
That sweet little face.
That's it.
Aw.
I do that. I do that during the day. Play Call of Duty at night. That's pretty much it.
So is Call of Duty Clubhouse?
No, Call of Duty is a game on PS5.
Yeah,
Oh,
Call of Duty is fire. It's shoot, that's my shit, bro.
Nah, I don't really, I don't talk about work stuff much on here. I just kind of hang out and listen for the most part. In
okay. Well,
terms,
we wanted to interview you. We wanted to get an exclusive. We wanted to see what was going on with you. I mean, you got a lot of fans out here. You've done a crazy job here in the industry. You know, working with all of the greats. You
thank
know,
you.
and a lot of people look up to you. So, you know,
Yeah, I mean, if you have specific questions, I'm happy to answer them.
yeah. What do you have going on? What are you doing? What are you working on?
I, the things that I'm working on right now, I'm actually not privy to be
I
able
don't
to
think
talk
you can
about.
answer that one. Sorry.
No,
Yeah, that's
I
what
got
I was
you. I
trying to
got
get
you.
at.
Okay.
I
Like,
got you.
Okay.
I
the
got
main
you.
thing
Okay.
that
Not a
I
problem.
will say, what I will say is the main thing that I'm working on right now is let me figure out the best way to put this. Those of us who grew up in the '90s, there was a movie that we loved that involved a particular athlete and a cartoon character, and we
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm.
I
I
know all about it.
okay,
Sir, please don't violate your non-disclosure agreement, sir.
nah,
exactly.
you
So
good.
Okay.
that's
Hold
where
on. Let him finish. What are you saying?
No, I can't. I actually can't let him finish because I'm
no,
working on that project.
I can finish succinctly and easily. So if you know what that is, then that answers your question. If you don't, then you'll know in a few months.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the main thing that I'm working on. Other than that, aside from fatherhood and trying to be the nicest senior citizen in Call of Duty, um, the other thing that I'm doing is building, or I'm part of a team that is the first minority-owned, female-led uh, commercial video game studio. We have we have secured our funding and our first major deal. Also something that I can't talk about much, but it's something that we collectively have been working toward for the past, I guess, almost 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that probably won't really be making the news much until for about another 3 years, because commercial video game titles, it's the, you might have to work on your title for 3 or 4 years before it's even announced, maybe another 5 years before it's out. But the reason, excuse me, aside from it being minority and woman led, the most exciting thing about it for us is it is probably going to be the first time you really see a super pure intersection between hip hop and the gaming space.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a little bit more information, you can Google. What would you Google? We announced the studio last January in the Hollywood Reporter. So if you Google Brass Lion Entertainment Hollywood Reporter, you'll see our initial press release and first announcement. We have one title, and aside from the main game thing that we're doing, there's another title that which we announced in that article, which has been picked up by Ron Howard's Imagine Entertainment. So that excuse me, that's going to be launched as a podcast first, just so when the game comes out, this is a separate game. So when this game comes out, people are already familiar with the cast and characters in that universe. So that we're doing a series of serialized podcast episodes just to get people familiar with the cast and characters. And that's the one thing that I can't talk about. The other stuff is super heavy NDA and whatnot. But we're working. But the things that bring me joy on a day-to-day basis for the most part is just being a dad and hanging out with my kid.
That's what's up. And being on Clubhouse, we've seen you in this room a few times, and that's what's up because I'm sure you're not going to associate. I'm sure you're protecting your energy these days, and for you to be coming into this room is definitely a pleasure for
Yeah,
us.
it's one of those. It's interesting because when it first started out, it was kind of a free for all. Now you kind of have to treat your position on here. You have to kind of guard your position on here. Because what's happening now is you have people, you might just stroll into a room casually, like, hey, I just want to see what they're talking about. But what starts to happen is when you align yourself with certain rooms or you appear on certain stages, it can appear as a cosign of the messaging of that room.
Mm.
And not every room here is on the up and up. It's a lot of scams and a lot of bullshit, a lot of cap on here. So you kind of have to be mindful of, what stages you step onto now that the app is open to any and everyone.
Wait, it's
So I
public now?
say that again.
Say that again.
The app is public now?
Not yet, but it feels like it.
Yeah, it feels like it. I mean, I was on here when there was 10,000 people on here, period. Maybe not even that. So, like to watch it grow from that to them getting 10,000 signups a day to then crossing the million user mark, it might as well be open. I think at this point we're seeing, every aspect of humanity, for the good, for better and worse, on here at this point.
I think the only thing they're missing is Android, right? If you have an Android phone, you can't sign up.
No, yes, it's iPhone only. That'll change. That'll change sooner than later. But yeah, as of right now, it's Android only. I mean, iPhone only.
So to everybody in the audience, I hope you heard that. This is the real deal because Just Blaze would not be in here.
Yeah, I saw a couple of my friends that on stage and people that I respect. So certain. If you see certain people on stage, you can generally tell if it's a safe space to engage in. But yeah, you do have to be careful of where you position yourself on here at this point, because you could end up looking real crazy real quick.
Lisa, you were going to say something?
No, just saying hi to Justin.
Hey, Lisa, what up?
Nothing. How you doing?
Just hanging.